Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Pretty Janae, and in today's video, girl, we're gonna talk about Lucy Pearl's video. Lucy Pearl. I'm in a silly mood today. We're gonna talk about this video right here.
I have a question for some black men, because I know it's not all, so don't come for me saying she said all. I never said that, but I do have a question for some, specifically the black men who choose to date white women, because that is where I have seen it the most. But I was about to go into the store, right? There was a black man there. He was with a white woman. You could tell they were together. Okay. As I'm getting ready to come into the establishment, I'm right behind them. He holds the door for me. I said, thank you. He said, oh, you're very welcome. Okay. There was a black lady right behind me. He let that door go and slam in her face. And I looked, and I even said to him, I said, oh, that was very rude. And he said, what happened? I held the door for you. I said, yes, you did. I said, but why did you let it slam in her face? And he just kind of smirked and walked off. I have noticed that a lot of black men that specifically date white women like to treat black women horribly. And I will never understand that shit. I do not give a damn who you choose to date. You can date whatever fucking race of people you want to date. I don't give a damn. But why must you treat black women so horribly when you choose to date outside of your race? And I have seen this more than once, so don't tell me that was just him, because it's not. I have witnessed it, that when a black man chooses to date another race, he chooses to treat black women like trash. And that's the most ignorant shit I have ever seen in my life. I will never understand that. You have a right. You can have your preference. You can date whoever the fuck you want to date. This is a free country. Nobody said that. You can love whoever you want to love, but why must you just treat black women horribly when you choose to do that? That is the most insane thought process I have ever heard of. And I'm going to tell you right now, if I was dating a black man that specifically treated black women horribly, that specifically just degraded black women, talked down on them, that would be an automatic deal breaker for me. Because why? Your mother is black. Your sisters, if you have them, are black. Your grandmother is black. Why would you do that? Just because you choose to date outside of your race never, ever, ever gives you the right to degrade black women. It's the most disgusting behavior I have ever seen, and I have seen it so many times, and I would love for someone to tell me why. Why do you do that? It's just sickening. Like, I just can't. I would say good day, but that just pissed me off, so whatever.
Alright, so you guys heard Lucy Pearl talking about her story, whereas like a black guy was intentionally rude to a black woman by not holding up the door for her, but held the door for a white woman and all these other things, right? So this is a story that is just old, and you know, we already know what it is. Us as black women, we don't care. I'm speaking for the most black women who don't care about black men who don't like black women and who do interracial dating. We don't care. I don't care personally. It doesn't affect me anyway, shape or form. And I know a lot of black women have spoke out, told their experience of like when they see like black men dating white women, and how when they're out in public, like they staring at them. And I never had that happen until recently. So I'm telling my story. So a couple of weeks ago, I was at the park with my family. It was movie night, and so we were going walking in the park to go watch a movie that they were playing, and ended up not being able to see the movie because it rained, and so they shut it down, whatever. But as we were walking throughout the park, there was an interracial couple, a black man, white woman, and they had a black and white dog. And so I didn't notice them, but you know how you can feel someone staring at you? And so like I looked, and like it was just the black guy just staring at me. And so it was kind of like, okay, well, whatever. And so I was like, oh, this must be what like my sisters were talking, like my girls, like, well, my whatever, like other black women, this is what they mean when they say like they're looking, because they want you to notice them. That's how it felt. But I really just didn't care, because I'm with my husband, my baby, our dog, my mama. Like, we out for a good time, okay? Not a long time at the park. And so Nevertheless, like I said, this is like as we were walking to the park to go watch the movie. So when we found out that the movie wasn't going to be playing, we decided to, all right, well, let's just, you know, head back to the car because, girl, you know, but my babes wanted to play a little bit. So while the babes was playing a little bit in the park, we were across, still, like, we ran across that interracial couple. And so I remember they got up and I'm talking and engaging in a conversation with my mother, and it's like we're distance apart, me and this interracial couple, and they got up, and this is whatever, but they got up and like walked past me, and as I'm engaging in conversation with my mom, I mean the guy is just like, his eyes are just staring like at me, and like it was weird because you can look, but it's just like I feel like, why are you staring? Like I felt like you wanted me to see you, and it's like I really don't care. Like I really don't care, and I feel like you like, and it was just a stare. It was just looking, and it's just like I'm wondering, like, is this what other women or black women are talking about when they say like they feel like when they're walking out and they see an interracial couple, the black guy really wanted, and I don't know what that's about. I don't know what that's about, but I was like, maybe this is the thing that they're talking about, because in that moment I felt like he wanted me to notice him. When a lot of people are in interracial relationships, it is not a big deal. Go where you are loved and celebrated and not tolerated. That's all I have to say. But for those who disrespect black women because of their preference, I mean, it's self-hate at this point, and we know that. Look at Telvin Osborne and what's his name, Christian Amboncelli. Like, look at how their stories played out. And so, not to laugh. Oh, I didn't mean to laugh at them. Y'all know I'm just a little quirky. I didn't mean to laugh at them, but I'm just saying, like, I was laughing. Oh, I felt bad because I don't, you know, I was giggling at, so let me clean this up a little bit. When people say they talk about, like, with certain black men, not the ones when they get money and they get the exotical, right? And like Storm Monroe said, they got to pay the exotical tax. Not talking about those, but we're talking about the pookies. The pookies, the Ray Rays, those type of people, right? They oftentimes say, when you look at a black man who's like a pookie or a Ray Ray, and you like look at the white woman he's dating, and she's just like, she has a certain aesthetic, a certain look. What's that woman name? The Resilient Jenkins Bun. Like, they have a certain look about themselves. And that is true. I've seen, like, the first time I noticed that was like right after high school, like in college, because there was this couple in high school. I'm just telling stories in this video. There was a couple in high school, a black couple. They broke up, right? And the black guy, he stayed in our town, never went, I don't think he went to college. His peak years was high school. You know, those people, like, their highest years of life, their best years was in high school, right? He was playing football, all those other things. That was his best years of his life, right? The girl, she moved on, went to college, joined a sorority. Beautiful woman, a beautiful black woman, just out here being successful. I don't know what she's doing now, but like, this is like what I saw like in college, right? And so when I went to go look on his Facebook page, when I had one, he had he was with a white woman, whatever, but it was just the look, like she just was kind of not well put together, like his ex-girlfriend. So I was kind of shocked to see him with somebody like that. Like, he didn't look like nothing, he was ugly. Let's just be clear, his girlfriend was really cute, but he was ugly. And his new girlfriend, who I'm assuming is his wife now, because they had a bunch of kids. Like, they had, like, I say a bunch, but a lot for our age at the time. Like, I mean, because I'm in college or getting ready to graduate college and go off to, you know, whatever, professional school, law school, whatever. And he had like 3 kids, and the woman, it just gave like, that's what it was given. And at the time, like, this was like before the conversation, or before I really heard many conversations about black men dating white women, in the sense, in the type of white woman they date. You know, so it very much so does give that. Like, I see that it does give that. Oftentimes, not talking about the ball players and the ones who, you know, just go off and get the beautiful, exotical, whatever women. But it does give that. But I just have to say, I don't really care. I don't care. Because any effect on me because, you know, as far as me and my personal life, but I did notice it. It does happen. Have I personally, outside of like the interaction where the guy was staring, I feel like he was staring to get me to notice, and I know my best friend was like, it happens to her, and she like just ignored them. Well, I didn't ignore it because, girl, I've never noticed that before, and I don't really care, but I really feel like they was going out of their way, especially when he got up and walked beside me. Like, it just was, what you looking at, sir? Like, what are you looking at? Like, you ain't never seen a besides your mama and your sister, you ain't never seen a black woman before? That's kind of how it was given. Like, let me stop being silly. But no, in all honesty, we pay a test. Who cares? Because I feel like it's such an old topic, and if you can't get out of that mindset and you're stuck in that mindset of white is right and black is bad, child, you ain't hurt nobody but yourself. Like, you're hurting no one but yourself. And a lot of times people mess around and find out that fat meat is greasy. Like I said, like, look at Telvin Osborne and Christian Albancelli and their stories, you know? So anyways, that's really what I feel about it. I'm interested to know what y'all think about what Lucy Pearl has to say. Has anything like that ever happened to me, like where I felt like a black man was intentionally trying to put me down for a white woman? No, I personally I don't recall ever experiencing anything like that, but I know it happens. I mean, I get a lot of ugly comments on YouTube, especially when I'm live, you know, when I'm live streaming, but in person, don't really see it often happen. Don't see it happen often, or if not at all. But that's because I mind my business, girl. I drink my water, and you can be minding your business, drinking your water, and it can still happen. So, but also I don't, and I'm just gonna be honest, I don't, in my career and what I do, I don't really see a lot of like black men, and the ones who I do engage with, I mean, in a sense of conversations out in public, or when we haven't, you know, it's not that type of time. It really isn't that type of time, but I guess it can happen anywhere, at the grocery store or whatever, or depending on what side of town you live in. I don't have that experience, and I know it happens though. But yeah, girl, I'm gonna be quiet. I don't know, this video kind of bit of a mess. Bye, y'all.